So good to see everybody. Really happy to have you here. If you're joining us again, welcome back. If this is the first time, welcome to the Lawrence portion of the Deep Listening live stream. We're working in partnership with the Fifth House Ensemble, yay, who are with us today. Who we get away from all the Fifth House Ensemble folks, and the Center for Deep Listening at Rensselaer Polytechnic. And so every day of the week at 10 a.m., there is a deep listening live session for you to participate in. On Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, you can go to the Fifth House Facebook site for that live feed. And on Tuesdays, you can go to the same site, or you can go to the Lawrence site and see it there. I'm Brian Pertl. I'm the Dean of the Lawrence Conservatory of Music.
I'm Leila Pertl, and I'm an instructor in music education here at Lawrence University, and also one of the deep listening teachers at the Center for Deep Listening. Fifth House members, would you introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'm Melissa with Fifth House, passing to Parker.
Hi, I'm Parker. I'm the horn player with Fifth House. Hareen.
I'm Hareen. I'm the cellist at Fifth House, passing to Sixto.
Hi, I'm Sixto, the violist for Fifth House. Give it to Alex.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I'm the bassist in Fifth House. Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm the oboist of the Fifth House. Alessandro.
Alessandro Garcia. I'm the clarinetist with Fifth House. And who do we have left?
Eric.
Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm the bassoonist with Fifth House, and I'm also moderating the Zoom chat. Farewell.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Fifth House. Okay. We're going to start with a little bit of playful, gentle movement. And if you can, we'd love to see all of your faces for this. You certainly don't have to, but it would help us interact with you. So if you could turn on your video. And I'd like to start with, we're just going to warm up our bodies. If you would just stand, shoulder width apart, very natural stance, hands down. Deep listening it's a practice which is movement modality, listening modality, and dreaming modality. And I'd like you to take just a few cleansing breaths. Again, breathe in that gratitude and love. And as you're standing in a very natural stance, feet shoulder width apart, breathe out anything you don't need. We've come this far together in this interesting time, and what an amazing thing we're all here to be together. And as you breathe in, let your belly expand. As you breathe out, I want you to feel like you've got a piece of golden, beautiful light thread pulling you toward a star. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to feel yourself simultaneously sinking into that earth, and your feet and your toes, the balls of your feet are making contact with that earth, with that floor, but that this is not an ending point. It's a place for us to continue placing this beautiful energy of ours. And breathe in, love, gratitude, energy. And breathe out anything you don't need, simultaneously connecting yourself to that star and grounding yourself into this earth. These are for you. With this next breath, I want you to send some of this love and light to someone else on that screen. Feel free to find anybody. We can feel you. And I'd like you to take the palms of your hands and place them forward. We're going to do something called taking 3 big gulps. Your feet can move slightly past shoulder width. Go ahead and shake your pelvis around a little bit, calibrating, and make sure your knees are protected. We're going to do something called taking 3 big gulps from that gorgeous love energy we just put out there. Slightly bend your knees, and we're going to go up and out to the side. And then when you get to the top, feel a nice stretch in your torso all the way down to that tailbone, past your big booty, all the way back down into your heels. And then rain that good energy you just gathered from the universe all the way down your midline. As you come down to this lower place by your belly, sink into those knees again. Allow your arms to find the gravity to bring them down again. Little shake in your shoulders. And we're going to go grab those big gulps. Ready, and feel that nice stretch. Rain that good energy down on yourself. Right down your midline, right down all of your energy centers. And just feel all that love that we've poured onto each other coming with you. When you get down to this lower energy center, sink into your knees again. Allow your arms to fall. And here we go. Grab another one. Breathe in. And rain down. Now, give yourself just a little bit of a hug. Woo. Bring your feet closer together. We're going to warm up our hands a little bit. So rub them together if you can. Woo. All right. All right, now let's feel that energy that you just produced with that hand rubbing, like a little ball. And I want you to take that ball and I want you to toss it to somebody else on that screen. Go. And now receive it on the other end. Woo! Now put it right into your heart. Okay, let's go back to that natural stance. So we stretch the body this way. We're going to now take our belt way and work on it a little bit. Now you want to go into something called horse stance. So here's my feet. Woohoo! Here's feet parallel, shoulder width, but go a little wider than shoulder width, and then shake out your hips again. Make sure your knees are nice and responsive to your movement. Okay. Now, again, take that golden thread. You're attached to the star, and now your tailbone sinks down just a little bit. You've got your knees and your thighs nice and firm. They're not going to move, okay? They're soft enough to respond, but we're going to keep that as still as possible. Make adjustments as you need to. And let's wiggle your arms and your shoulders. Shake them out. Woo! And now just start turning from your beltway. You're going to keep all this still below and let those arms swing. And I want you to think of all that energy that you just rubbed into your hands, you threw to someone else, and you received theirs. That's coming through your fingertips right now. And those fingertips are not the end point, they're a beginning point of anything positive you want to send out into the world right now. All of your fingertips. Keep twisting. Protect yourself though. You're going to do what your body can do. Don't forget to breathe. This is called wrap and slap. You're going to feel one of your hands giving your kidneys a slight massage in the back. Don't forget to breathe. Whew. Whew. I don't mind hearing you breathe too. And let that pendulum down naturally. You're not stopping it, you're just kind of slowing it down. And you're coming to a point of dynamic stillness. It's still, but it's still moving a lot. Notice the ways in which you're still moving, even though we are not swinging at the moment. If you need to come out of that bend, go ahead for a second. If you feel like holding that static squat, that's fine. It's just a slight bend in the knees, really. And we'll do it one more time. And start twisting in that belt area. And let your head follow your movement. And as you're doing this, I want you to think about the ways in which your body hears sound, the ways in which your body feels sound. And the ways in which your dancing body produces sound. Ooh, and let that slow down when you feel like it. And as you come to a stillness, walk your feet in, come to a more natural stance. All right. I'm going to pass it to you.
Okay.
We'll do our screen dance next time. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Woo, getting our bodies
All right.
receptive.
Hope you feel warmed up. We're going to do some sounding. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people don't think that this virtual world is conducive to ensemble music creation, but we are going to prove them wrong. We're going to sound together. We're going to create a piece together. And hopefully this piece will be particularly suited to this virtual room that we're all in. We tried this last week with the members of the Fifth House Ensemble, and it went really well. We had a lot of fun doing it. So the rules of this particular piece are very simple. Your baseline is listening. Baseline is quiet, silence. And then you're going to be listening out to everybody else's sounding. So at that point, we'll unmute everybody. But what you will try to do is to make a sound as soon as you can after you hear a sound. So as close as you possibly can to another sound afterwards. you're going to try to make a sound at the exact same time as somebody else, or you're going to try to make a sound as close as you can before somebody else. And the rules for this virtual world is that we're going to start, and each of us will make sounds that are very short. Whatever that means to you, whatever kind of sound that is, it could be a bleep, a bloop, a squawk, a boing, whatever, but very, very short sounds. And this piece is really about following your intuition rather than trying to be super calculated about it. Just sort of feel when it's time to sound and respond, and then listen out to the beautiful world that's being created out there. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so we will sound either right before, right after, or at the same time. As the piece proceeds, you can start making the sounds a little bit longer.
We're going to have to unmute for this one. And
I think Eric probably could do that.
oh, okay. And then also, I've placed the short instructions in the chat.
Yes. All right, so if everybody...
Go put it away then. Go put it in the basket.
I like those sounds.
Those are great sounds. Yep, those are all part of these.
Okay, let's take a couple of deep breaths and we'll start.
Wash, 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 wash.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Great work. What a beautiful thing we just did. I don't know how the beautiful thing about it is it probably sounded very different for each of us, which is sort of the whole point of deep listening is what you bring to it and what you hear from it. But this is even amplified by the medium we're in, by this virtual room we're in. We just have a few minutes left in this session, but I was wondering if anybody wants to briefly share their experience of that, a few words about what that felt like or what that was like for them.
Sheila.
Yeah.
I think I heard of being matched or connecting with someone's sound. It was, oh my gosh, that was the coolest part, was feeling a match.
Nice.
That's, yay! Sheila, I just got goosebumps when you said that.
Yeah, who else?
Let's hear your voices.
Hi. I'm
Sally? Yeah.
Going along with what Sheila said.
Yes, Sheila.
I don't know about all of you, but I had my eyes closed during that. And even still, like most of the people here, I have not met in person, which is really cool and different from most of my deep listening experiences. So it was really cool being able to connect with someone and have really no idea who you are. And also hearing people through the screen is so different that even if I was hearing someone who I did know, I might not necessarily have known that it was you, which is very cool. So there's kind of this mystery involved in it that I really am enjoying, and it's really fun working with all of you.
Nice.
Thank you, Sally. Thanks, Sheila.
Yeah, I want to echo. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I jumped on top of somebody. I want to echo what Sally just said, because all the people in Fifth House Ensemble, we know each other debatably too well. And having our eyes closed and not knowing if it's somebody that we know or if it's someone we just met that we were making those connections with, whether it be on a sound level or on a dreaming level, was a really cool experience. I mean, we had kind of practiced this activity with a smaller group of people, and to bring so many more in was such a cool experience.
Neat. Yeah, Rick.
I was clapping, but I would say this is my first time. I saw a post from Leila and Brian recently on Facebook. I'm just a few miles down the road from Lawrence, so I thought this would be a good experience to maybe try some of these. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Rick.
Kate.
This has been really awesome for me. Nice to see so many familiar faces and not familiar faces, but it's so great. Thank you for this deep listening session. It was nice to connect with all of you in a virtual sort of way. This is kind of the best way to connect, I think. And I think it's a really great metaphor for, well, I have to go vote today. And having being connected with all of you, whether I know you or not, in Wisconsin is really nice to have that sort of confidence that we can all work together to bring something really cool as a community.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks. I think Kira had her hand up.
Yeah,
Kira.
I'm thinking about, I know that what I'm thinking about is how deep listening, like the way we were just creating together is really well suited to this format, and this format is really well suited to that in a way that like just singing a song and trying to match up with somebody on Zoom doesn't work. And I'm just really grateful that we have this practice that can be optimized and like innovated and changed to match our circumstances.
Oh, thank you, Kira.
Awesome. Well, I think we're kind of nearing the end, but I want to turn it over to anyone from Fifth House who wants to kind of give us what's in store for the rest of the week.
I'll take that. So we are delighted to be able to share and expand upon some of the deep listening practice we've been learning from Brian and Leila. So every week after these Tuesday sessions, we'll meet right here at the same link. So if you want to keep joining us on the rest of the days on weekdays at 10 o'clock, we're going to be kind of sharing how we do this in our own daily lives. So you'll see some of the same activities done perhaps a different way, perhaps a few new things along the way. And we'd also love to hear from you, how you handle this, how you incorporate deep listening into your practice. And we'd love to invite you on to be a panelist at whatever time and share an activity in the way that you do it in your own home as well.
Excellent. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks, everybody. And remember to play and exercise your creative birthright.
Listen, listen, listen. Thank you.
Thank you.